So Stellar Blade is making a lot of journalists and access media extremely furious. Okay? This comes to us from PC Gamer. Stellar Blade sold 1 million units in 3 days on PC, and you can mostly thank Chinese players. What can I say except you're welcome? Man, chat, you're welcome. Shift up, you're welcome. It was me all along, Austin. I single-handedly carried this game. No, I'm just kidding. But it looks like PC Gamer is mad that my kind, my people, basically helped the 1 million units sold in 3 days. All right, this is crazy. All right, stellar results. But yep, there it is. You see, have you been playing Stellar Blade? If not, you may have some kind of statistical outlier, as Shift Up recently came out and announced that the game has sold over 1 million copies on PC in its first 3 days alone, which isn't bad. I've never done 1 million of anything, let alone in 3 days, so a tip off the hat to the team on that one. No wonder the game crept into Steam's top 100 all-time most played by concurrent players last week, and it took the 81st spot on Sunday with 192,000 players online at once. Across all platforms, Stellar Blade has sold 3 million copies across its lifetime. So hey, not bad going for us. We make up a fully 1/3 of the game sale just after a few days of availability. Don't underestimate PC gamers. We are pathologically unable to not spend money on things. Now, I talked about it earlier this week, how the CEO, Kim Hyung-tae, basically said, if you are basically, banning or discouraging people from having nude mods for Eve, he actually doesn't like that. It's because the game is rated M for mature, and if you bought the game, you can use Eve's assets into whatever you like, even if it's adult related, which is extremely based coming from the creative director of Shift Up and Stellar Blade. And this is a huge win. Again, not just for China, but also for Stellar Blade. I would say Chinese players love their Gunnar games, okay? If you take a look at Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, or any of these Chinese gacha games, all of the female characters are insanely hot. All right? I spent way too much money on Eula and Raiden Shogun in Genshin Impact. I spent way too much money. But yes, this is huge. And in celebration of that, if you guys didn't know, in celebration for Stellar Blade, Shift Up basically bought Nintendo Switch 2 and basically just gave it away to their employees as a congratulations. Shift Up is reviewing a Nintendo Switch 2 version of Stellar Blade. Imagine if Shift Up actually makes Stellar Blade on Switch 2. That would be absolutely insane. They secured a dev kit. Optimization tests are underway. Full development still unconfirmed. So I believe they're going to try it out to make sure that Nintendo Switch fans can actually play this Gunnar game of the year on a Nintendo Switch. Coincidentally, they gave all employees a Switch 2 just like they did with the PS5 during Stellar Blade. This is such a based company. Like, this is what employees want to see working at companies like this. This is another company that I would love to work for. Yes, it's in Korea, but like, as a person who works in games and has been working in games for more than 15 years now, like, I would love my company to do this. Instead, they just gave us free in-game currency, which is sort of trash. But imagine giving everyone a hard to acquire Nintendo Switch 2, right? Imagine like that's an amazing thing to do as a company. And this is absolutely based This is a huge W and W for Kim Hyung Tae. What an amazing creative director. I love people like him. And yes, this would be insane. Yeah, and if Stellar Blade does actually make its way to Switch 2, I would say this game will probably make another $1 million easy, right? It'll probably make if you guys don't know, the Nintendo eShop has a ton of adult games. A lot of adult games. Now imagine having an adult game that's actually fun to play as well with two hands. But yes, this is based Shift Up. I love seeing this. And yes, maybe it is thanks to the Chinese people. Maybe the coronavirus and Wuhan. Maybe the CCP worked with Shift Up. Who knows? But I digress. I like seeing this kind of stuff. The fact that it's made over 3 million copies sold, 1 million copies sold for PC in just 3 days, and now potentially getting a Switch 2 version of Stellar Blade would be absolutely insane. And I love to see it, man. And we all love to see this kind of stuff. And we don't hear this stuff coming out from Western game developers at all, right? Let's say if Ubisoft did so well, we got 3 million concurrent players, not units sold, concurrent players for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let's get everyone a 5090. Nope. Here's a free copy of the game that you worked on. See ya, bitch. And that's exactly what we're not getting from based developers from Shift Up. And hell yes, thanks the Chinese gooners. And like I'm gonna say it again, what can I say except you're welcome and thank you.